Hey guys, this is GamerCow. Welcome back to the Genius of Sapphires Weekend Edition. Last time we took on Wherein and Touhou and kinda completely demolished them before they got a chance to do too much. Thankfully, due to Alice living by 1 HP. But this time we're going into the Palace of the Horus Birds and exploring the terrifying depths within. Let me just preface this by saying if you are playing this game as well, then do not be afraid of going back to the save point in the previous dungeon and saving often and healing often, because this place will take a lot out of you and you should probably make sure that you are prepared for that. Here is the party we're going in with. I'm basically omitting Alice, Aya, and the commander is Nitori. So yeah, we're just going to use camouflage. I don't honestly feel like there's a better formation for what I want to do right now. So yeah, let's just go. So if we just head on up through the center here, then you'll see a nice little Nitori picture up here. I actually really like that portrait, it's pretty cute. But if we go up, then you will eventually see our enemies for this place are crows. And also that there isn't really a whole lot that we can do up here except get, you know, caught in by the crows. That pond in the center, you can see the red dot. There is actually a door to get into that point, but it comes from a very late part of the stage. The silver chests that we'll find in the stage will both be there. I'm pretty sure there were 2 of them, so I guess I should note I haven't actually been like doing a practice file for these things. I've been doing practices for the bosses, but not for anything else, because I just want to make sure my remembrance of the strategies work and all that. So the thing with this place is that not everything is as it would appear. So you can go through certain parts, you can't go through others. These ones are obvious, but some of the ones later on will not be. So yeah, just be careful, be mindful, and look at your surroundings carefully, and you'll be able to get through here. The sewing needle is Alice's crafting material. I did not even see there was an enemy there. Alright, so we do have a new enemy here though, the Nikomata. This thing will inflict charm and whatnot against you, and for some reason I didn't heal before starting this. That was kind of dumb, Cal. You're kind of dumb. So yeah, I'm gonna be going to heal straight after this, but hey, at least I can unleash everything as a result of that, right? Pretty sure the cat is weak to fire. It's either fire or water, but I think it's fire that it's weak to. I guess we'll see in a sec, but it's also weak to light though, so light is in general a pretty good thing to have around here, as we got a few more power-ups and we also got a level up for Sunai, which is very good. So I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and apply those power-ups whilst I go back and heal, because yeah, like I said, you will need a lot of resources for this. There are some very nasty enemies in this place, so definitely do that. Make sure that you have what you need. With 2 points here, oh, I actually need to put a skill on you as well, I think, don't I? Because I got ultimate division up, so yeah, we shall do that. Put the point there just now. Sana, you can have the point back in there, and for Reimu, you can have the point back in there. Yes, and then I guess I shall also give you bombs +1 whilst we're here. I will probably take that out and put it into speed or something, just basically going down one of the other trees later. But honestly, Reimu is quite customizable in what she can have, which is nice. And we'll give you back your conversion stuff. So yeah. Alright. Let us proceed down this hallway, because that is, well, the direction of progress, after all, right, is going through stuff. So you can see there's a lot of fire here. When we hit the lever on the other side, this fire will disappear, but it basically acts as a gating thing so that you cannot progress beyond the point the game desires you to too soon. So there's nothing over here, don't worry about checking that, just sort of doing it for completeness and all that fun stuff here. And, well, there's another bird. You can actually turn the map off if you don't want it. You can basically press select, and the first select will remove the border, and then the second one will turn it off. So you can toggle whether the map is displayed or not to your leisure, to your liking. Which is good for an area like this, where the map itself can sometimes actually obstruct your view. Anyway, we can get downstairs by going there. And there are actually more different enemies down here as well, so that is a thing to be mindful of, but we don't really need to care at the moment because we're going straight back upstairs anyway. Confusing looking place is confusing, but essentially what we're doing is we're going round to the other side of the map here and fighting a bunch of dudes. So most of the early enemies in this place will just be the same enemies that we fought before. I didn't put the skill on. I am stupid. I was supposed to put Ultimate Division on. Yeah, most of the enemies we'll fight at the start are the same ones that we fought early on, but more of them. So more difficult setups than what we had before. It's generally okay, but enemies like the Basilisk here will do a lot of damage, so you do need to be careful of them. Definitely do not take any fight here for granted, even if these first ones seem a bit straightforward. Like always, make good use of your skills, and you shall be able to succeed. We do not need private square just now, so Ultimate Division. The reason I like this attack so much is it hits an entire column for Sakuya's usual ridiculous damage. Does take a lot of MP, she can only cast it 3 or 4 times, and that's not including her other stuff, so you do have to be careful about overusing it. But it is an extremely good attack, and definitely worth using a fair bit. So nothing else over here, so we just need to go down, avoid the bird. The nice thing about the enemies being birds here is that the actual sprite is quite small, so whilst they're not trivial to avoid, they're definitely not as difficult to get around as some of the other enemies in these places. So we did see the chest before, that's why I'm heading over this way, and we get the eyeball, which as you could probably guess, is Satori's crafting item. So we are definitely acquiring Satori, that is for sure. Don't really feel like that's a spoiler, considering the entire game at the moment is like, hey, let's go get Satori, right? You know? So we can't actually go this way around, although this leads to downstairs. So that's good. And the reason we went left first was actually more luck than anything. I forgot exactly which way around we were going, but we couldn't actually progress if we went to the right. So if I just go ahead and hopefully not get sniped by the bird, show the rest. This is just back at the start, so long confusing way round that we basically just went in the loop and got some stuff. So just to show what is here, absolutely nothing. So yeah, this place is going to have a lot of stuff like that, as you would probably expect from a place like Satori's. It's going to have a lot of confusing segments to it, so be mindful of that as we proceed. So here, this is where we're going to start seeing some new enemies, and you see, well, there's a box, and there's absolutely no way of getting to that box. What do I do? Well, you come from a different place, that's what you do. But more importantly, we have to hit that to get stuff open. This is a fight that we've already seen all the enemies from before, so I'm just going to leave. But this whole torch mechanic is pretty important. So the chandeliers, we have to touch them, just like with the dolls in the Forest of Magic. We have to just hit A next to them, and we shall be able to proceed. So, oh no, it's a block passage, whatever do I do? Well, this place is evil, and If you take a very close look, you should be able to see this in the video quality. If you take a very close look here, you can see there's actually a shadow along the wall, but there's no shadow here. If there's no shadow next to a place, that means you can pass through it. So there's a shadow here, so we can't pass on. There's no shadow here, so we can pass this way. Yeah, this place does that. So we need to light these up so that we can light the floor panels, and then this is actually just part of an isometric view differencing. This is not a hidden trick. So then we light the two chandeliers, and we can proceed. So there is that, and basically we just have more shenanigans of this sort. So can't pass through this one, of course, but we can pass through certain other ones. I don't know if a fight's going to be avoidable for all time here, but I'm going to try and avoid as many of the fights as possible for now. I'm going to basically show them all off later. So yeah, this is pass through, and the one underneath is not. Just need to try and not get caught in a fight. It's kinda tough to avoid the enemies here. So we're just gonna go across, because if we go across and then up, well, we can see there's a way to get to a gold key. And you can go, hey, there's 2 lamps here, I can totally do that, but where's the 3rd one? There's no 3rd lamp, we can't get through the door. But there's a passageway over here. So yeah, again, they do that. So that opens up that, and we can get ourselves a gold key. Always good to have keys, considering locked chests are usually quite prevalent. On your way past, do not miss this, because there's actually a box with a dragon badge. And the dragon badge, I forget, it's, oh yeah, it's a mailing thing. Control will be prevented. Wonder what that says about mailing this character. But yes, the control status will be negated just about by using that. And there is a way further down, but unfortunately this is as far as you get into the lowest floor of the place so far. And we have the Nitori feather, which is Moko's crafting material. So yeah. Again, we've already established that Moko is a character you can get, so that is good. So yeah, let's just keep on going down. You can get through this one, and you can make your way to an even lower level. But before you do that, make sure you go back up, and you can hit the switch, and come back to the start if that is what you need to do. Which is good, because then you can go back and heal. And like I said, you need to heal often during this place, so I'm kind of just making a beeline through this at the moment. I will show this place off a bit more, not thoroughly I guess, when we do the kill all the enemies thing. That's where things are going to get a bit more interesting, I suppose. So I have no idea where all the enemies are with stuff here. I'm trying so much not to get caught in combat, but unfortunately I do, and with one of the really nasty enemies here as well. This thing, oh boy. So Hell's Gatekeeper is a very nasty foe to be fighting here, because it does 2 attacks usually per turn, and the first one is always a magic cancel. If you line up a magic attack, it will pretty much always try and cancel it out, and that really sucks. I probably should have upgraded Reimu's tree for Evil Sealing Circle here, because I think I could actually negate the... It's a quick status, so I think I could actually negate it with that, but I didn't, so whatever. Marissa's pretty fast, so she might get the attack off first. It's unlikely, but yeah, and then I guess I'll try and use water here. But yeah, you can see the Horus Barrier just cancels out most of my magic, which is really annoying. Thankfully I do get the resistance buff, but that fire breath really hurts, especially when doubled up like that. Ouch. Fire Breath does more damage based on the HP of the user. If the user has a lot of HP left, then they will basically have more damage output. But if you just about kill them, then they don't actually keep that. Nitori's bomb skills are quite useful here. I'm actually going to just use Hyper Camouflage. So what this does is it negates one attack from the opponent. So I'm hoping that's going to negate the Horus Barrier here so that I can just kill this stupid thing. And I do need to heal everyone, so I'm hoping this gets pulled off and we will just try and blitz the field here. So the Horus Barrier does not get negated and that gets negated instead. Okay, well that's not terrible because that does mean I do get a kill and I do get some damage off, which is nice. Unfortunately that only lasts one turn, so yeah, still not a pretty situation. This thing also has a decent amount of evasion, so that kinda sucks, but we'll just have to try and get this in. That's the thing. Even with a resistance buff, it's still not easy to get this attack off. So we don't get cancelled this turn, and it's very good because that means we can now just hopefully win. But Reimu doesn't get an attack. Sucks. It's a bit of a shame, but everybody else is fully healed, and the bird is weak to water, so you can use that to your advantage if you can, which is good. I'm just gonna go ahead and basic attack the as much as possible here. Unfortunately, Patchouli does get magic cancelled, but it's okay because hopefully at this point we'll just be able to vanilla physical this and win. It's being a bird is weak to stab as well, so there is that. So yeah, that is just one of the super annoying enemies that we have in this stage. And Nitori starts getting her main gimmick here, the Chaser. So let's just quickly show off what the Chasers do. So, Freeze Chaser. It is basically a self buff, if you like, for the turn, where if one of your allies uses a water move in that turn, then you will be able to follow up with Nitori for a water attack. This means that Nitori can actually attack multiple times in a turn. There is a cap on how many times she can attack. I forget what it is, but I know her tree can increase it. So yeah, it's pretty neat, and it's a fun mechanic, but you need to focus very heavily on an element to make it work. You are like ridiculously in the way, good sir. I need to try and lure you out of the way so that I can get round. And you can see there's another chandelier over there, and this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get not ambushed by a bird. I am so getting into a fight here, except I'm not. Yeah, we need to basically light all the torches up. So yeah, there's a way through here, which lets you go here, and I don't think there was too much of a reason to go here, so yeah, it just kind of exists to confuse you. And you can go this way, of course, because that is an, you know, logical thing to think, right? Oh hey, I can go through this wall. And get yourself a box which has a blank scroll for Byakuran's crafting. Alright, so with that done, we only need one more, and it should be in the top corner, or is it down here? I forget. Did we go down here already? We did. We've already fought these enemies, so I'm just going to run from this fight. See, the thing with this place, it's confusing enough that sometimes you just don't quite remember where you've gone and where you haven't, because there's just that many different facets to it, you know? So the other one is still in this room, but I don't remember where. It's out the top. because if you see, we can actually get through here. So the last torch is here. It's kind of neat that the torches are actually sort of related to the location you see there, and there was no way of avoiding that fight. However, we have fought these guys before, so I'm just going to once again run from this. We shall do the fights proper when we do the post part to this. So, with that door open, I shall go ahead and we head down, and this is where we get to the downstairs proper. So, the downstairs follows some of the same principles as the upstairs in terms of having hidden passages and stuff, but not for the sake of basic completion. Of course, this being downstairs, there are more different enemies, and there's a whole room over that other side, which I am not currently going to go into. I think I do actually need to go in there in order to finish this place. How am I not in a fight yet? Jeez. Okay, somehow getting through that. Each of these little squares has a bird, and there are a lot of extra sort of hidden passages and stuff here, and well, we have a couple of new enemies in this, so let's fight this one anyway. So, these spiders can inflict paralysis, and I think the slow condition, which is, if I remember rightly, it decreases your evasion and something else. You would think speed, but I don't think it's actually speed it decreases, so yeah. However, they are classed as insects, so Sakio will get a Slayer effect. I think they're weak against electric. No, it's a spider. It's weak against earth for some reason, I think. It's either earth or electric that they're weak to, but I'm just going to resistance buff here because I really don't want to deal with these guys too much. And you know what, let's try and find out if Sakio doesn't kill it first, which she probably will, let's face it. But yeah, the Yin Yang Orbs will use that powerful destruction beam, so look out for that, it hurts. And yeah, Sakio just kind of wrecks him. Oh, the Fenrir is also weak against earth, I didn't know that. I only know like the obvious ones, like sure it's water weak, so we'll just use water, and that's pretty much all I do. So the nice thing about the Yin Yang Orbs, they don't have too much health, but they do hurt for a lot of damage, so yeah, it's a bit of a thing for it. And well, I kind of know or remember most of my way around this place, so I'm deliberately ignoring the boxes and stuff just now because I just want to show the actual area. So we shall go back and get the boxes and stuff relatively soon, but I think, yeah, you need another golden key before you can exit this place. And if you go up here, I am not fighting another one of them stupid birds, even if it is by itself, and I could probably kill it fairly easily. Not fighting another one of those birds right now, screw that. If you go up here, then you can go all the way back to the upstairs bit where there are indeed 2 silver chests. So there are 2 keys which we need to find. There's a lot of this place still to explore, so essentially we have seen all of the main areas to this place though, so I am going to go ahead and make my way back to somewhere sort of safe, and we shall stop down here, end the part here, and next time we shall finish the exploration of this place. So, this has been GamerCow playing the Genius of Sapphiros, and next time we finish off the Palace of the Horus Birds. Hopefully get all the items, but if I miss any then I shall have them in the training episode, and we shall end up probably getting into some fights, and we still haven't encountered the toughest enemy in this place yet, so we need to do that at some point. But that'll be for next time. Take care.